It's always F the patriarchy until you expect them to plan the date and pay for your dinner. It's always all men suck until you realize that 99% of the things you use that make your life easier were invented by a man. It's always I'm a girl's girl until that woman confidently shares her conservative values and beliefs. It's always I support women and all of their choices until a woman chooses to prioritize her family and marriage over a career. It's always I want a provider until that man works too much for your liking. It's always I want masculine leadership until he asks you to not go on a girls' night with toxic women.
So most men don't care about birthdays or Valentine's Day. I'm starting to not want a man after all. You are very clearly not thinking ahead. I want you to take a moment to think about this. Imagine that a man that you're interested in is 10 times more excited about Valentine's Day than you. Imagine that he thinks his birthday is the most important day of the year. Would you actually prefer that? Because a lot of women say shit like this, but they don't realize if that were to actually happen, they would end up getting turned off. Because the reality is, unless you're in a super long-term relationship where essentially you've created a culture in your relationship where there are clear expectations and practices around birthdays and holidays, then the more likely situation is that one partner is going to care more about birthdays and holidays. And that's usually women, typically. Just because most men are not bouncing off the walls with enthusiasm about Valentine's Day does not mean they're bad. And it also doesn't mean they're not interested or that they don't love you. You are more than welcome to remain committed to men being bad instead of learning how to appreciate our differences.
Call me crazy, but I really don't think men need a day to feel loved. And Valentine's Day is really just for women. Serious question. Do men actually care about Valentine's Day? I don't mean participate. I mean actually care. I don't think men really know it's Valentine's Day until they're getting yelled at. Women feel disappointed when men don't do enough. It's no longer a day to celebrate love. It's more of a relationship performance review for men. But if they don't perform in the way we expect, they get nothing but World War III. And that's not fair to men, but I get it. Flowers, dinner, gifts, effort. But a man never really expects anything at all. Women didn't care about February 14th. I don't think men would even know it was Valentine's Day. Maybe we could be a little easier on them. I do think we should meet in the middle because I would like flowers and dinner too.
If women like men, why aren't women seeking to understand the people that they say they like? Because men understand a lot more about women than women understand about men. And men have to understand women. You know why? Because don't come easy to y'all. So men have to be attentive. They have to be observant. Women don't have to do that though, because come easy to them.
Come on, shout out to her. She not wrong, but not all men is worth understanding.
It's not about worth understanding.
It is about worth.
All men. It's about understanding men.
In general.
And y'all think y'all do, but y'all only do from y'all gaze.
Exactly.
From y'all, but y'all don't understand what makes us tick.
I don't know how y'all feel. And that's why y'all need community so y'all can sit down and talk to each other about what y'all going through, because that's not for me.
I mean, understanding a man isn't about simping and whining.
The women that really care about you will take the time to try to get to know you and get to know those things about you. But y'all want every woman to give a just off rip, and we don't. The same way y'all don't all give a about us.
And that's why the women that do are more successful in relationships. The women that do, and they step out and they say, yo, my man needs this, my man deserves this, because he is showing up, right? He has to actually meet her on that same plan or excel. She will return that, but a lot of women are not doing that. They're not. And it's all about them. And you see that in social media all day. Oh, men this, men that. Well, what are you doing?
Not all men, just a general understanding of men is literally what he's talking about. That's what we're talking about, just a general understanding.
There's a reason why guys are scared of Valentine's Day. I feel like guys don't even really care about Valentine's Day like that, but whenever Valentine's is creeping up, the day comes, like, I feel like they're scared of their girl getting mad at them if they don't go all out and, you know, all the roses, all the chocolates, and just like all the crazy stuff. And they just be thinking like that they're cheating or that something's going on. And girls just love to like post that on Instagram to flex, like, oh, my man got me all this. So I just feel like there's a lot of pressure on guys for Valentine's Day to just go all out and do the most. And it's just like not even a day about love, really. Like, it's not even really coming from there. It's just coming from a place of like feeling the need to do it. It's not even really coming from there. It's just coming from a place of like, or else his girl's gonna get mad, or, you know, like, she's not gonna have something to post on Instagram. So I just think that Valentine's Day is stupid, because if it's really about love, then I think that your man should just get you something whenever he wants to, whenever it just like comes from him to want to go and get you a gift or do something crazy and go all out. But every time it's Valentine's Day, it's just turned into some like weird thing that's just to be posted on social media and for everyone else to see. But it's just unnecessary.
Not even get mad, but it's like you're about to try to make my night a disaster, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. And as a woman, you can't see how insufferable you are when a man is trying to avoid this.
If he didn't plan anything for Valentine's Day, listen to this.
Yeah.
Here's what nobody tells you. Valentine's isn't about expensive gifts. It's about effort.
Nah, we talk about that all the time. What we don't talk about, reasons why men don't like celebrating Valentine's Day, is how their women made them feel to make them not want to celebrate Valentine's Day. Right? Men can comment on it. Share it with them. Let's see what he has to say. Fellas who don't like celebrating Valentine's Day, has it had anything to do with your women being disrespectful, unappreciative, controlling, resentful, withholding communication, conversation, intimacy, sex, the whole lot? And then men don't want to be fucking performative. Men don't want to be performative for the validation of the outside world, to be like, look at us, look at this happy couple. Meanwhile, that household is miserable. Meanwhile, you've been withholding sex from them for 6 months, been holding communication from them for 6 months, just building resentment on top of resentment, but you won't communicate because, well, you're an adult child. You don't want to talk about that, because that would be talking about women needing to take accountability. And y'all don't want to talk about that, which hence why when people go, why don't you talk about incels? I'm like, y'all want to talk about incels because the only thing y'all want to say is men are bad. What you don't want to talk about is the root cause of shit. Y'all don't want to talk about how men get treated by women, because you can't, because that would put accountability and make women look bad. You don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about the lies men are told, and then when they got to find out the hard truth, they get hurt. How they figure it. Y'all don't actually want to solve problems. But yeah, y'all go on. Men are bad. Men are terrible. Yeah, that's why. That's why. It's just that.
No nigga on this planet give 2 fucks about Valentine's Day. Half of the.
That is why I tell women to focus on yourself. Stop investing all your time and energy into these men. These men are nothing but abysses, bottomless pits of neediness, entitlement, and audacity. And there are so many women who are sitting at home heartbroken, thinking, why didn't he buy me anything? Why didn't he acknowledge me? Why didn't he make plans? You know, why didn't he take me out? Why didn't he make me feel special? Why he didn't get me anything? You know why? Because the thing is, most men see women as a means to an end, a vehicle, a tool, something that helps you get from A to B. When is the last time anybody bought a tool a gift? You use the tool and you put it down. And that's how most men view women, as something to be used and discarded. Ladies, wipe your tears, focus on yourself, and leave these men be.
And this is exactly the person who doesn't get it, right? A man can say, I don't really care about that. Just like you can say, I really don't care about football. If you're honest, you don't care about football. Well, I don't really care about football, but my man does. So I just kind of do it. I make him his wings, and, you know, I give him his beer, but I don't really care about football like that. It's kind of the same thing with Valentine's Day, right? And y'all, once again, y'all make a big deal about it. Now, if a man would make a big deal about the Super Bowl, well, basically what the Super Bowl has become is a party. So it's multiple people included in it. So it's not really a day that a man would celebrate anymore, specifically about football. It's, yeah, the main event is the game, but there's so many things around the event that it's not just the event. If you took away all that stuff, men would still watch football. They would still watch the game. But there's, oh, we got to have the halftime show. We got to have this. We got to have that. And so it pollutes, or convolutes, I should say, a lot of the stuff that's going on in the game. When you talk about Valentine's Day, man, you don't really care nothing about that, right? Because this is something I could do all year round. This is something that I could show all year round. It's a lot of times modern women that gets to the day and they're like, oh man, you got to go all out. Why? We've been doing the same thing all year long.
I think one of the reasons why your performance as a boyfriend on Valentine's Day is so heavily scrutinized and like this make or break moment within a relationship, because even if you don't have any money to buy her something like flowers or jewelry or a gift or go out on a date, there are still things that you can do for super cheap, things that don't even require money, or alternatively things that you could put effort towards that are pretty affordable. I mean, it's not like Valentine's Day isn't every year on the same day, but okay, let's say you only started dating within 3 months and you are living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not unempathetic towards that, and most women aren't either. But we want to be known, we want to be loved like any other human being. And one of the biggest ways you can show someone that is through effort. So it's free to Google, hey, Valentine's Day ideas when you're broke as fuck. Valentine's Day ideas that are affordable. You don't even need to be creative. You could just look it up. You're telling me that you couldn't even be bothered to do that and you're broke? You're cooked.
So it is about the day. Once again, modern women continue to, oh, it's not about the day. It's about, no, it's about the day. It's about the day. Y'all want to be able to post on Instagram. Oh, I don't want to be left out. But a lot of things that men don't want to be left out of, then they left out of. And they, well, you got a family now, so you just gotta, it is what it is. Woman in the comments said, what if he's cooking for me, but I didn't get a gift from him? And she came back and said he ended up giving me chocolates or whatever and whatnot. Did you buy him anything? Nothing. Somebody else says, I have a question. I agree with you that we should be doing something for our girlfriends on Valentine's Day, but me nor any of my friends have ever gotten anything done for them on Valentine's. So eventually we just stopped. For me, I can't speak for my friends. I had said something 2 years in a row and nothing changed, but her and her friends still flipped out on me. And when I stopped doing stuff, so what's the difference here? Am I missing something, or was I just in a crap relationship? You were in a trash relationship is what it is. Yeah, you were in a trash relationship. I know I see people in the comments talking about write a handwritten card, buy cheap candy, plan an activity to do together but don't do nothing. Somebody else says a handwritten letter goes a long way. I wonder if, because every single year it's on the man to plan stuff. I wonder if at some point in time, women start planning stuff. You plan Valentine's Day. You do it. And don't get mad. You treat your significant other to Valentine's Day. Or at least go half. I wonder how that would go over.
So you don't believe in romance? Is our love not important to you?
You know, I just don't really get this Valentine's Day thing.
What don't you get?
I mean, it's just another day. Flowers, cards, overpriced dinners. Feels a bit pointless, just like another marketing scheme.
Right, so you don't believe in romance. Is our love not important to you?
No, I do, and it is, but I just don't need a day to prove it.
Okay, so when was the last time you actually planned something for us?
That's not the point.
So the issue isn't Valentine's Day, the issue is effort and you not wanting to put effort in.
No. I've put effort in all the time.
Into work, maybe?
Well, yeah, because that's important.
You always say our relationship is the most important thing.
It is.
But your calendar doesn't seem to know that.
Okay, well, When you say it like that, it does sound bad.
It's not about flowers and it's not about the day. It's about knowing that once in a while you'll stop the world and choose us on purpose.
So you're saying that Valentine's Day is basically a reminder?
A reminder that you don't outsource for one day and forget for the rest of the year.
So if I plan something thoughtful
Without me asking.
and I'm actually present,
Phone down.
then Valentine's Day suddenly matters?
Magically.
Alright, I get it now.
Good.
Still not biting that teddy bear though.
Yeah, fair.
But men already get it. It's not really about effort. It's about the gifts. Okay, so let me plan something for you then. If that's the case, we can forget about Valentine's Day. We don't have to do Valentine's Day. Just say that's what you want and be done with it. Just say, yes, I want the opportunity to post on Instagram on this day. Okay, well, let's do something this weekend. Oh, no, it's got to be this day. No, if it was about effort, I can give that to you next week. Let me tell you what. Let me wrap up stuff here at the office. You know, it's closing time. You know, we're going to close it down, right? Let me finish this cycle. And you and I, we're going to go on vacation or something like that. We're going to run out of town for a couple, well, maybe not a couple of weeks, but for 2 or 3 days. How about that? And I take you out to eat. How about that? Oh, wait, because it is about Valentine's. It's going to be about Valentine's Day.
What we doing this weekend? What you mean what we doing this weekend? Valentine's Day? I told you this last year. That's just a made up holiday. That ain't even nothing real. I show you I love you all the time. I show you like what's the history on that for real? Because it really got y'all women in a chokehold, and I show you I love you every day. All right, I'll put something together, but I just feel like it's an unnecessary holiday. Is all I'm saying. Hold on, let me turn the music down. Hold on. What's that? Have I made plans yet? It's the 10th. The Valentine's Day not to the 14th. Like, no, I haven't made plans yet. I'm gonna make plans. We gonna go to dinner or something. Like, you just look good. I know you're gonna look good regardless, but it's just the 10th. Like, you over here trying to act like this is some big thing we building up to. I'm not trying to ruin your vibe. I'm just saying, like, I do, like, this is nothing new. So I don't know why you acted like that. Alright. I'm on my way to pick you up. You look beautiful, though. I kind of feel like you're a little bit overdressed. Because we're just going to Dave & Buster's. I did tell you we're going to Dave & Buster's. Well, I didn't say Dave & Buster's, but I said keep it lighthearted and fun. I said we just going to keep it real cute. You acting like we going to Eddie V's, going to a steakhouse or something. I just feel like we do that all the time. So I was trying to switch it up, you know, take you to the arcade or something like that. I don't know. Look, don't kill the vibe. Don't kill the vibe. We was gonna have fun. And then even, I know you got your makeup done. I didn't tell you to do all that though. Did I tell you? I didn't tell you to do all that. So that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on my way right now anyway. So you can either keep that on or change, but you're gonna stand out. So you're tripping. I didn't get out to open the door because you on a busy road. I was just get in the car. I'll open your door when we get there. I didn't get flowers because what you gonna do with them? What you gonna do with the flowers? Like you gonna take them in the place with you too? Nah, I didn't get no flowers. I'll get you some though. I'll buy you some in general. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all be making it a big deal. It's not that deep. It really isn't. Like, I show you I love you all the time, and here you stressing me out, making it this big thing, and it's not that. I don't even want to celebrate it anymore. Like, we can really go home for real. Matter of fact, what's your plan for me? How you gonna show me you love me? Man, you cook for me all the time. No, how you gonna show me you love me since it's such a big holiday?
And once again, we need to start asking these women, so what is it that a man is going to be getting for Valentine's Day? Once again, the answer is, well, I'm going to give you myself. I don't want that. You give me that. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, it should be a gift. It should be a gift because some men don't even get it. So yeah, this is something rare. Yeah, I don't get this a lot.
If a guy doesn't acknowledge Valentine's Day, would you be upset?
We sort of acknowledge that we don't care.
I didn't ask that question.
No, he would be like, Happy Valentine's Day. Like,
but if he said nothing, you would go, what the
I don't know. Like, I guess maybe.
But you get to 3 o'clock.
Yes, no, I would notice.
And you would notice. For a lot of people, Valentine's Day is a speed bump to get over.
We have like just so disregarded it as like a meaningful thing.
I'm not saying it's meaningful, but every one of us has to deal with it. If you're hooking up with someone, you have to have it go through your brain. Do I do something?
Yes,
do I
if
say
you're
something?
hooking up with someone.
If you're married to someone, you have to say it.
I guess.
It's Beetlejuice. You gotta say it.
Yeah, sure.
I dare someone listening to not say Happy Valentine's Day. See what happens.
If the brother you've been dealing with did not come through for you on Valentine's Day, you should have no business conversating with that man today. Today is Tuesday, February the 17th. Valentine's Day was Saturday the 14th. You should be having no communications with him, no dealings. My 9-year-old daughter came home from school and she told me how her friend received a gift from one of their classmates. They're supposed to be dating. These kids are 9. The little boy came to school, bought the little girl a bag full of stuff. Like gifts, just flowers, chocolate, teddy bears. So you mean to tell me some of these brothers let a 9-year-old outdo him? But that's all you need to hear. Conversations. Baby, cut him off like a bad habit. I don't want to hear, oh, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. That's the white man holiday. Well, that day, baby, he should have went out of his way, okay? He should have broke the religion, okay? That day, he should have been showing up. And that's why I say, continue to stand on business when it comes to these brothers.
Well, that young man is going to see, just as soon as he turns about, well, honestly and truly, and unfortunately, he's going to see when he hits about 18 and gets out in the real world, how much his contribution actually matters. You think that men care about being outdone by a child? Outdone, quote unquote, as you say it? It's not outdone. That young man don't have no bills. Probably bought like a cheap pack of candy. And, you know, those back in 3rd grade, those little cheap packs of candy and the card and the generic, will you be my Valentine? Nasty candy works. That's the type of stuff that works. Simple stuff. Oh, it's just a gesture. But when you get bigger and you get grown, well, now we're grown, so we need to do grown things. Okay, yeah, let's go to this nice restaurant over here. Get dressed up nicely, and we'll go over here to this nice restaurant. Oh, well, this is a nice restaurant, but it's not the type of nice that I was thinking. Well, what kind of nice were you thinking? I mean, it's one of the best Italian restaurants in the city. What you mean? Well, yeah, but I just feel like it's so accessible. I just feel like anybody can get in here. Well, yeah, because it's good. It's good food. Well, where are you thinking of going? Well, I had a restaurant in mind that I've been seeing on TikTok, Seen it on TikTok, and I really just wanted to try it. That restaurant has a line wrapped around the building. You can't even get a reservation right there now. Yeah, well, you should have called 6 months in advance. I didn't even know about the restaurant until like maybe a month or so ago, and they were already booked. Maybe we can get it for next year, or maybe we can get it for later on this year. I can put the reservation in today, and we can go, I don't know, for your birthday or something like that. But right now, that's not an option. Oh, well, I just feel like if you'd have planned better, and that's when that phone come out. I just feel like you could have planned better. I just feel like men don't really care about Okay. Yeah, you think I care about a 9-year-old outdoing me? I don't care nothing about that. I got bills to pay. I don't got time to worry about what children are doing. Because I know the real thing is when y'all get out here, y'all gonna expect a man to take y'all on trips across the sea onto a private island for Valentine's Day.
An uncomfortable conversation that needs to be had is that our generation has been raised by women who hate men. I'm not just talking about mothers, I'm talking about school teachers, I'm talking about therapists, anybody that played a role in a child's development. They have actively tried to teach us that masculinity is toxic, but the truth is their negative experiences that they had with men were not of the nature of masculinity. It was the fact that the man himself was toxic, completely separate of masculinity. Now, obviously there are a bunch of women who, don't hate men, but the problem is that academia and the media have been pushing this narrative to suppress masculinity and masculine traits such as assertiveness or leadership under the scope of them being dangerous. Men have been taught to feel ashamed of themselves and to respect women, but never what to do when a woman disrespects you. And this doesn't just have negative effects on men, it's women too. There are so many women of the younger generations that actively have this negative attitude towards men that's extremely prevalent, and anybody with an IQ above 5 understands this if they go out in public, where it's like they're very entitled and they're disrespectful towards men. And obviously it's not all of them, but it's something that like needs to be addressed. And no, I don't think this makes me oppressed. I'm not throwing a pity party, but it is an issue that I believe that we need to address.
Is it actually true that men become a reflection of the way a woman treats them? So if you don't like the way he's acting, maybe you should look at the way you're treating him.
I think that women are significantly more narcissistic. I think filters, women are starting to think they actually look like they're filters. Like, I swear to God,
true.
when I go on social media and I say younger women are more attractive than older women, you know what I get? I get married 37-year-old mothers tweeting at me their selfies, proving to me that they are the epitome of hotness. My God, these always get millions of views. Now, if I do women like rich men, I don't get men tweeting at me that they're poor and they can still get women. I don't see it. I don't think we live in reality because I don't think men ever really correct us.
I don't believe in equality between men and women. I believe in getting a lick back, and that's why I don't call myself a feminist, because the idea of begging for acknowledgement and equality from people who don't believe you're human seems counterintuitive to me. And you know, thank God we're not in a reality where I have absolute power and dominion over the world, because the way I would be passing down epigenetic trauma through the male line, it would fuck them up. Because every other culture, society, civilization, group of people, whatever, gets to hold on to thousands of years worth of grudges, right? And women aren't allowed to be mad about thousands of years of patriarchy? Yeah, that smells like bullshit to me. I will wholeheartedly endorse equality between men and women when the debt has been paid. Until such a time when that debt is paid, if the closest I can get to female-led supremacy is being a misandrist, well, call me Miss Andress, because fuck a man, you know?
And this is the same line of thinking that got you tore up in the last video when you were talking all of that nonsense about what was it, men being chopped and stuff like that. This is what got you in that position right there. This just reckless talking, just quite frankly stupid, just silly. Now, to give you a compliment, looks like you did your eyebrows, so fantastic. Got clear skin, fantastic. I give you your props. But sometimes, knowing we're in a certain position, we don't necessarily. Maybe you should pipe down. You know what I mean? Like, just be loud and wrong. Loud and wrong.
Hey, I'm gonna head to the gym.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. All right, bye.
See ya.
Less asking, more fucking telling.
I don't like the delivery on this, but her message is correct. This is one of the biggest problems I see in relationships. See, most people think that good relationships look like this. I'll take care of you the best that I can so that you will take care of me the best you can. But that fucks everything up, because that is a codependent transactional relationship that will be filled with resentment, covert contracts, and fear. A healthy relationship is, I'm going to take care of me the best that I can, and I need you to take care of you the best that you can, so that we can bring together the best versions of ourselves to each other on a daily basis. Stop thinking you need to ask your partner if you're allowed to take care of yourself. Just tell them, you're going for a walk, you're going for a run, you're going to the gym. Of course, coordinate schedules so that one of you is with the kids, but you have to stop living in fear that doing things for yourself will make your partner upset at you. Ladies, I can almost guarantee that he wants you going to the gym or going for your walks and taking care of yourself, because he knows that ensures that you're not only going to stay looking good for him, but you're also going to be in a much better mood. And fellas, the moment you stop going to the gym and stop taking care of yourself and doing the things that you enjoy and hanging with the friends because you think she needs you at home with her all the time, is the moment you start to destroy the man that she fell in love with in the first place and create a weaker, less attractive, and unhappier version of you that she will eventually get fed up with and leave. I have seen it happen a million times. And if at any point your person becomes upset with you or ends up shaming you for doing things to take care of yourself, it is very likely that you were either in a codependent or abusive relationship. And man or woman, you should seek help immediately.
But who's asking that though? Is that really the conversation? Is that really the conversation? The conversation is, oh, are you wearing that out? Who are you going to be with? Well, why would you ask that? Because last time when you went out with so and so and such, I had to speed out there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That was the first time. The second time I had to speed out there at 1 a.m. and I had to rush all the way back. That whole little skirmish was 2 or 3 hours, and I had to be back, showered, and be ready for work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I'm asking what you guys are going to be doing, because I don't want to have to keep on running behind you. Number one. Number two, it should be in your mind. If you want me to take care of you, we talking about Valentine's Day. If you want me to take care of you, why don't you take care of me? That need to be the question. I mean, this is not the same thing as, hey, I'm going to the gym. Oh, okay. That's not the same thing as, hey, I'm going to the gym and you wearing shorts up your behind. Or, hey, I'm going to hang out with the girls. Oh, okay. All right. Have fun. Let me know where you're at. And continue watching TV. Why would a man care about that? Why would a man care? But if a man sees your friends and what they're, oh, hey, how's it going, Jessica? How's it going? All right, now take care of it now. Okay, then. It's 1st and 10. It's 1st and 10 on the goal line. I'm going to go ahead and pour my drink out, and that's it. She walk in, hey, babe, how you doing? Little kiss, and go, oh, it was fun. We had a great time, this, and all right. Hey, you coming to bed? I'll be in there in a minute. The game's almost over. That's it. Who cares about that? But modern women are going out there and they're causing trouble. And a man has to pull them out of the trouble. There was one woman in the gym a couple of weeks ago. Man was dead wrong. Well, maybe not a couple of weeks ago, but in the gym, filming in front of the dumbbell rack, right in front of it. A man comes there to put his weights in there. She get mad at him. So, oh, well, and he like, get out of the dumbbell, get out of the way. And then she like, would you say that to a man? Would you say that to him? And here a man come. He turned back around and say, move out of the way of the dumbbell rack. Stupid. It don't matter whether you're a man or a woman. See, you try to pull that dumb stuff. And I'll say it to both of you. Get out of the way of the dumbbell rack. Sir. Well, sir, nothing. Get the heck out of the way of the dumbbell rack. You and your woman. Both of you move. What are you talking about? Get the heck out of my face.
Men melt when women are vulnerable with them. But most women are not ready to hear that. You really think your man wants a strong, independent boss babe that takes charge 24/7? If he wanted another alpha in the house, he would have married a man. Women think vulnerability is weakness, but it's actually the opposite. A woman's vulnerability is her power, her femininity, not trying to act like a man. When you try to handle everything on your own, solve all of the problems, control everything, you make him shut off his instinct to protect and lead and care for you. That's why so many women catch themselves saying, he never does anything for me. It's because they won't let him. Show vulnerability, show softness, be open to receive, and just watch how fast he rises up to care for you. If you want to learn how to lean into your feminine energy so your man naturally provides, protects, and cherishes you, that's exactly what I teach inside the Feminine Reset course. Comment feminine and I'll send you the link.
It's predicted nearly half of women are going to be single within a few years, and that's for a number of reasons, whether inflation, hookup culture, or people simply not wanting to get married anymore. But I personally think one of the biggest reasons why women are single is because growing up, we were taught how we should be treated by a man, but rarely, if ever, were we taught how to treat a man. We were always told that we were the prize and that we need to have high expectations and not to settle. And don't get me wrong, you should have high standards. The problem comes when you have high expectations and no self-responsibility. Most women say they want a man who provides and makes good money. Well, you better be willing to cook for him whenever and whatever he wants. You want a man who's fit and disciplined. Well, you yourself better be eating clean, going to the gym, and stewarding your body well. Women say they want a man who's emotionally intelligent. Well, you better not talk back when he tells you to let go of bad habits, friendships, or patterns that are holding you back. Notice how most women agree with the standard, but the second that we tell them what is equally required of them to have such a man, they cringe or they disagree. This is why women stay single. They think the whole point of a relationship is for them to be treated like a queen, but they forget a queen's role is to serve her king. Because marriage isn't about your happiness. It's about sacrificial service without keeping score and without expecting anything in return. Because that's how Christ demonstrated his love and service onto us. So if you truly desire marriage, I encourage you to take that subconscious checklist that you have of your future husband and flip it back on yourself. Ask honestly, are you a suitable helpmate for that kind of man? Or would you only be a hindrance to him?
Ladies, if you start dating somebody, like actually dating, you guys have had a conversation and you are in a relationship, you have now committed to sending him a photo, whatever photo you want of yourself every day. That's how you're going to keep him happy and committed to the relationship. So I hope you have enough phone storage to make this happen. And fellas, if she doesn't have enough phone storage to make this happen, you have the responsibility to take care of that.
She could off Pound Town, and if she wanted to, she would. I recently just got off the phone with a friend that I've known for many years. And he has been in a long-term relationship for the last 11 years. Recently got married. And I was like, hey, so how's married life going? And he's like, well, she cut it off. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah. 11 years after we got married, immediately stops. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, everybody fucking told me. Everybody kept telling me, don't marry her. Just keep doing what you're doing. And finally, after 11 years, dude gets married. And he said exactly what everybody was saying that she was going to do. She fucking did. I was like, no freaking way. That is absolutely insane. And like, honestly, you should feel embarrassed about yourself as the woman, because like, what excuse do you have at that point other than like, literally you cut him off after you're married? 11 years you gave this man cat on time, and the minute you get married, you cut him off? Like, make it make sense. That don't make any sense. Like, what? I can't make this shit up, y'all. I have no words.
You asked about body count, coming back to body count, which was the last prompt. And you said, why do men want a woman with a low body count? And the answer is because we're not equal. And again, this is going to always be the fallacy and the flaw with feminism, because you're going to be fighting for an equality that does not exist. I'm not saying better or worse. I'm saying we are different. Now, it depends on what you want intimacy for. If you want to be out there doing it with everybody, you absolutely have your right to do that. Please be loud and proud. We want to see you coming. The men love women like that to have fun with. However, when you talk about love, when you talk about marriage, when you talk about a committed relationship, most of us, when you get to your old age, usually you have one, if you're lucky, like me, two great loves. You don't think about the string of casual sex that has been promoted and think of that like, man, I really got it all in. Most of us don't. You're free to do that if you want to, but I'm just saying, as we age, what's going to really matter is the relationships, the marriages, the families, the relationships that meant something, the intimacy that meant something. You can do as much as you want to with whoever you want to, but I do agree, the way casual sex is promoted now, it is hurting us. It may be fun in the moment, but it's going to hurt us, and we're all going to pay the price for it.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing this.
And I find it interesting that even though some of the stuff that guys do isn't right, it just is. Like that's just the way it is. And this is something that guys have to accept about women. You don't have to understand it or you don't have to agree with it. Some of these things, when you're dealing with a woman, it just is. You just have to accept that. You have to work around it. And that's just the way it is. Right now, you accept wrongdoing and being acting silly, right? You don't accept that. But some of the things that men do or say or what happens with them, it just is. And modern women, they don't want to accept that. Everything has to be in their favor.
Ladies, there's a phrase that men use, and if you're hearing it regularly in your relationship, you need to stop and take notice. This phrase, it is what it is. When a woman hears a man say it is what it is, I don't think she understands the seriousness of it. It's like saying I'm fine on steroids. And the problem is men say this so nonchalantly that it doesn't even register. The man with cancer will say it is what it is. And if he's saying it about your relationship's in trouble. The man who says this has resigned himself to the fact that he believes that he can no longer change the situation. That man is mentally exhausted. He no longer wants to put any mental effort into the situation, and he is willing to wait as long as it takes till he believes there's an opportunity to try and change things before he acts. And this isn't just about relationships. This is about his job, his finances, his health, his relationship with his friends, his relationship with his kids. Only men who believe they have no options say it is what it is. So ladies, if you're hearing this a lot, it's time to have a conversation with your partner where you don't talk, you just listen. The future of your relationship probably depends on it.
Women don't want to hate men.
Really? Then why do some women make it their entire personality? Oh, that's right. They're desperate for validation from other women, and they really have nothing else better to say but to disparage men on the internet. And notwithstanding the fact that a lot of those women actually profit from it.
We have to hate men.
Don't speak for me, or more sensible women that actually understand that hating an entire group of people is actually a bad thing to do. But in someone's opinion, why do some women have to hate men?
Because you guys literally make us miserable on every single level of society.
Some of you ladies are so miserable out there, and I use the word ladies rather loosely. Why don't you go off and make your own society of just women? Oh wait, but then what would you do when you have nothing to complain about? Oh, that's right, you would do what a lot of women usually do and turn on each other. But that's another subject entirely.
Because all I do is care for our fucking family and bust my ass off every fucking day, but I don't get a thank you or nothing. I don't get anything. All these dishes, all the cleaning, all the extra work that I do, nothing. Because it's not your way. You control every fucking situation in our lives. And I am fucking fed up and done.
Ladies, if your man starts to sound like this, it's time to leave. Meanwhile, if a woman sounded like that, we would be telling the man that it's time to step the fuck up. I'm sorry. We are not on your side, ma'am. We're actually on his, and we hope that he picks better for himself, because the mere fact that you have put him in that position, he's not even yelling at you, first of all. This man is just expressing himself. You have put him in that position, and instead of taking accountability, instead of thinking, oh shit, man, maybe he's right. Maybe I'm not a saint. You want to put it on social media and you want to garner sympathy from women. And she got sympathy from women, but she also got a hell of a lot more women calling her out saying, we see through you. Restored my faith in my fellow women, honestly, because it just shows that there's a lot more of us that will hold fellow women accountable than the ones that won't. It's just that the ones that won't are like the loudest on social media, you know? Everybody wants a good man until it requires them to be a better woman. Then it's a different story. Then it's, ladies, it's time to leave. No, his emotions should not be an inconvenience for you. Actually, you deserve no more of his Willy the One-Eyed Wonder Wiener. Thank you.
Feminism screams empowerment, but the women who actually follow the ideology have no power at all. They're convinced that equality is the goal, but they end up copying the same toxic behavior they see in men, which is promiscuity and sleeping around. In the past, they hated the fact that women were treated as objects. But showing their body online and selling themselves objectifies them. They don't see that they're giving away their power to the men that are getting full access with no commitment and no effort required. And these women still think they're the ones running the show. And to make things even worse, the best qualities of a woman, modesty, softness, elegance, have been labeled as weakness. And most women actually believe that. Feminism didn't liberate women. It hijacked their identity and robbed them of their worth. And if you've fallen into this destructive mindset, it's time to step back into your original design. Comment reset and I'll show you how. And remember, be feminine, not feminist.
The way that a lot of women struggle with taking accountability is actually insane, because in a relationship, situationship, or whatever it is, the man tends to pull away because the female cannot take accountability. And then she ends up actually calling it quits, and she wants to be all like, yeah, you know, I left the man, you know, because he was this and that. But it's like, what? Like, he's only this and that because you're this and that, you know? It doesn't just start with the man. I don't think that men are out here doing things for no reason. Like, if a man disrespects you, you came at him first, but you won't want to say that. You won't want to admit to that, or you're so blindsided by your insecurities and ego that you can't realize that you started, you created all of this, you know? One-on-one coaching is in my bio.
Women will wear this and get sexualized and be the first ones to say that men are disgusting. Women will defend alcohol but will make all the excuses in the world for why they can't be healthy. Yes, women can do whatever they want, but everything you do has consequences. You can also drink your life away, but just know, alcohol doesn't make you healthier, it doesn't make you wealthier, or more successful as a woman. Instead, it lowers your intuition, your clarity, and puts you in situations that you wouldn't choose in your right mind. No successful woman I've ever met has built her life because of alcohol. Yet society glamorizes it like it's empowerment. The more that you defend habits that weaken you, the more that you live with the long-term consequences. Same thing with how you present yourself. Yes, you can wear whatever you want. Just know that how you dress influences how you are perceived. If you present yourself sexually, people are going to respond sexually. That's not called being sexualized. That's called cause and effect. Modern female empowerment has been twisted to actually just means zero accountability and telling women comfortable lies. But real female empowerment comes from responsibility. If you blame alcohol for your choices, men for your relationships, or society for your outcomes, the common denominator is still you. And that's actually good news, because when you take responsibility, you take your power back. And how you do this is simple, is stop pointing fingers and start pointing thumbs.